Alright guys, today we're going to talk about getting the antlers, wings, ram horns, whatever kind of design on your helmet that you want to look for. Um, Basically, it really comes down to don't reinvent the wheel here. What I do for an instance like this is this helmet here is my creation. Now I grabbed this logo probably a few years ago. I'm not even sure how I found it or what I did. I think I looked it up. Anyway, I just found this logo. So find any kind of logo that you think will work and just copy and paste it into your helmet file here. Now this is my helmet file that I'm working with, and you can see I've got a little Eagles helmet here, and I've got the Rams helmet there as well. So when I say don't reinvent the wheel, what I mean here is you've got templates that were made by EA Sports, which can help guide you through this process, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scale this Eagles helmet up to the size of the rest of my page here. So the image size is up here for my Springfield helmet, the Springfield Bucks. It's their antler design here. So I'm just going to scale this up to the size of the actual image. So it's 1024, and then this should autofill up to 512 because this link is on here. So it does. Now it's a little blurry, and that's okay because we're not going to actually use this Eagles helmet. I'm just using it as a template right now to help get the rest of this in order here, get it lined up correctly. So the next thing I'm going to do, and if you're using this version of GIMP that I'm using here, on the move tool, if you click and hold that in and then click on alignment instead of move, this will align the picture so it's exactly where you need it. So you just click this align to middle of target and then align center of target, and then that will line up your Eagles helmet, this template that we're using here, exactly in the middle of the page. If you're just kind of freeform moving it with this thing, it's a little bit tougher to get it exactly where you need it. And if it's not lined up exactly where it needs to be, it can make your actual helmet look a little messed up. But anyway, so I've got the Eagles helmet here as a template. Like I said, it's a little blurry. That's okay. We want our actual helmet to be as crisp as we can here with this logo. You can see with the Eagles helmet, and then I'll do the same thing with the Rams helmet here as well. So I'm just going to scale this up with this tool here. So the width is 1024, and then the rest will autofill in. And then I'm going to change my move tool to alignment, and I'm going to align it to the center, and there we go. So it's pretty easy once you know what you're doing. But as you can see, and now I didn't follow this template exactly, the way EA Sports does it is they take this is essentially the corner of the front helmet bumper, and if we look at the helmet here, like you can see where mine's a little bit different. We're looking at this area right here in this corner. Okay, so that's where the eagle wing would go, or the ram horn. Now for mine, I didn't line it up in that exact spot because I just didn't really want it there, I guess. I wanted it to be off here so it would go off. This piece would go into the front. So you can see it's not lined up exactly the same way, but I think it still looks how I wanted it to. Now I could have, if I had moved this piece of the white part of the antler up into this corner, it would just be more uniform with like how Madden does it, but the way I did it is fine too. I like this way just as well. But anyway, they line theirs up right here on the corner of this front bumper piece, and then that'll just kind of loop around there. Now, if you remember the other video I have about with the logo guides and stuff like that on your helmet template that you have for GIMP, this ram horn would be within that logo guide, and that's why there's no like weird warping. Same with this Eagles helmet. The warping starts when you get close up to the middle of this page here. So since the Eagles wing is down just low enough, it doesn't get warped in the way that, you know, if you put something that goes up like this on the screen, that'll get warped really bad. But since it's not too high up and it's not too low, it prevents the warping. But anyway, yeah, I just take an image, I paste it on here, use this template. I'll try to do a real quick example here without taking too much time. I'm just going to grab my antler here, and I'll just show you very briefly how you do it. So again, using this template as an example, I'll just paste my antler onto it. So it's up there on the top. I'm going to select by color, grab all the red, pull the red off. I'm going to adjust my threshold so I grab a little bit more of the red, closer to the white part. And so you can see it's lined up with the Eagles helmet there. I'm going to use the move tool now. We'll see how it would look if I did it the EA Sports way, where I put the antler right on the corner of that front bumper. We'll just see how it looks. It'll look a little bit different, I guess, but alright, so right about here, something like that. And that would be lined up now for my Springfield helmet. So I'll just adjust this one side of the helmet. I'm going to grab this red color from my helmet by hitting Control while I have the paintbrush selected. I'm going to hit Control. And then I'm just going to color over the antler that was there before, leaving my new antler that I just put there for this test purpose to see how it looks. And there we go. So then I'll take this, I'll export it. I'm going to export this to my desktop just so I can find it because I wasn't really planning on doing this. So I'll export it there. And minimize all this stuff. Grab this on my desktop, Control X, and then I'm going to paste it in here. This is the uniform that I've just been sort of messing around with to get this example image on here. So here's my new one, and this is the one that I started the video with. So I'm going to Control X that address, so to cut it, then Control paste it onto this bottom one here. Now, the difference should be pretty minimal, but when I refresh this the game's renderer, it should switch this logo, so this antler should move up to this corner of the helmet here, because that was the adjustment we just made. So I'm gonna see what this looks like. Yeah, I moved it up a little bit, so you can kind of see as a reference. I actually like it better the way I had it the first time, because I was talking about that warping. You've seen that warping right here. So like I said, if you wanted to play around with how you want the logo to look, just kind of mess around with where it's at. This editing on this is so much easier than editing on the old versions of Madden, like the way we used to have to do it on text mod. So to edit something like this is super quick and super easy. Like, it doesn't take long at all to do it. But yeah, so there you go. Not too hard. And if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to reach out. And I'm probably going to be making another video here shortly about another question that I had. So I'll get back to you pretty soon here. I hope you have a good one, guys. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you later.